I'm Ashley Easter.
And I'm Charlie Grantham, and you're listening to Serendipity,
the podcast where we explore everyday magic all around us. Hey everyone, welcome back to Serendipity. It has been a wild month for me. So many things going on. I've been traveling. There's been snow this month, but then I was also able to go to Orlando. So all kinds of stuff, but I'm really glad that we get to do this episode. This is one of our first mini episodes. We've done, I think, one mini episode before.
Yeah.
But today we are going to be sharing a story from Emily Ham. Do you remember Emily Ham? Because if you all are listening and you don't remember hearing Emily Ham's episode, she actually had a full-length one about, what do we call it, Charlie? Like conscious fashion?
I think sustainable fashion.
Sustainable
with Emily
fashion.
Ham.
Yes, It was so good. So if you have not listened to that, definitely go back, listen to it, because you'll get to know more about Emily. But she sent us a serendipitous story and we're going to share it now.
Yes. And just before we dive in to the story, we are recording this on Friday, February 25th, 2022. And we just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge what's happening in the world, what's happening in the Ukraine. Ashley, we talk a lot, I think, on the podcast about how we're all energy and we're all connected and we're all a part of each other. And so when someone's hurting in the world, we all hurt. And so I think it's really important for us to just take a moment to hold space for the people who are afraid, who are having to leave their home, having to fight for their home. It's just really, really sad. And I just wanted, I know we both feel the same way. We just want to stand in solidarity with the people of Ukraine and just have a moment of silence.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, yes, Emily has been on the show. She has a full episode. She's also told quite a bit of serendipitous stories. I think maybe our first episode, she had a story, that we read. She had like 2, I think, on her full-length episode, and she has a lot more that we're going to end up sharing, but she's always, we say that serendipitous things are always happening to her, and I think in part it's because she notices them and she like looks out for them. And something my therapist has said, when you see something, like when you have one of these like serendipitous moments, when you have something happens to you and you're just so grateful and it's this wonderful thing, it really is good to stop and express gratitude for that thing, because then you kind of like expressing thanks to the universe, to the divine, to God, to whatever you believe in, for sending you that. And so I think when you do that, you kind of start noticing how that's happening in your life, like outside of just that one moment. And so I think that is part of the reason it's happening to Emily so much, is because she's just noticing and she's aware of it. She is a big fan of the podcast. I think it's been a month since we've released an episode, and she texted me the other day and was like, "Are y'all gonna release any more episodes?" I'm like, "Yes, we're just like busy." But yes, I just wanted to say that, like, it happens to her a lot, but I think it's because she really does express gratitude, and she really does she looks out for those magical things because she believes that it's this happening. So without further ado, let's dive into her story.
So the story goes a little something like this. It was a couple weeks ago. I think it was the week before Christmas. My boyfriend John and I were at church together, and during the sermon, I leaned over at one point and I was like, I really want wings for lunch after church. And John was like, "Ooh, yeah." And I told him to look up a place. Well, he obviously didn't look it up right then and there because we were sitting in the middle of church and that would have been rude. So a few minutes later passes and I lean over again and I was like, "No, I really want Central City barbecue. Like, that's exactly what I want for lunch." And he was like, oh yeah, okay. And it's like, it's pretty close to where we go to church. So we were like, yeah, let's do that. Um, well, fast forward, church ends. We are getting ready to pick up our chairs and like help clean up a little bit before we leave. And my friend Connor walks over, and backstory, so I help, like once a month, I help serve by doing the slideshow for church. So I'll come in like an hour early, set up the slideshow, and then I'll sit there during the whole sermon and like click the slides um, for the music and stuff like that. So my friend Connor is over that whole thing. So he comes up to me and he's like, um, hey, I just wanted to give you this. And he gives me this little card. Well, I'm assuming it's a card. It's like in a little envelope. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. I really appreciate it. And he's like, yeah, I really appreciate your help, blah, blah, blah. So, um, some time passes. We end up going to the bathroom, and then we're getting ready to leave. We're telling people bye. And I eventually, like, on our way out the door, I opened the card, like, while John and I are walking to the car. And go figure, it's a gift card for Central City Barbecue. So I was like, John, this is literally a sign. Like, we have to eat here now. If we don't eat here, it'll be wrong. Like, we have to eat wings at Central City Barbecue because we now have this gift card that was literally handed to us moments after I said I wanted to eat there. So it was just crazy. And we just like couldn't stop talking about it all day. Like we told everyone about it. We told John's mom about it. We told my mom about it. Um, I told you, Charlie. Like we told so many people because it was just insane.
What? Oh my
Isn't that
gosh, talk about
crazy?
manifestation.
Right? When she was telling it was like, I really wanted wings. I'm like, where is this story going? Like, I would not have guessed. Somebody would have been like, here is a gift card to the exact place you're craving right now. Like,
Wow.
crazy.
I
So,
really think it shows, like you said about Emily, she's just looking for things. And I think she also lives in like that energy of receiving. And I
yeah.
think when you set forth a desire and then you're in that energy of being open to receiving, like the universe can just give it to you fast. Like that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was kind of like, when she first told me, Nate and I were talking about it, and we were like, okay, so did she crave it because her intuition knew she was going to get
Oh,
the gift card, or did he give her the gift card because his intuition knew that she was craving it? Because I'm guessing, because she said once a month, I'm guessing there's volunteers for other parts of the month.
right.
So did he have like random gift cards for different people, or did he have like
Mhm.
all this one restaurant to give, like I just wonder, like I wonder which way it went, like all, I don't know,
Right.
it's crazy that happened, and that it's something as like simple as like food, but it was like she wanted it so bad that she was already craving it. And it was like the universe is like, okay, like I'm gonna pay for your craving today.
That is so amazing. I think that's an interesting question, which came first. And then if you look into quantum physics, it just says that like there is no past, present, or future. Like time is an illusion. And so it's all happening in the now. And so like, I don't know, that just complicates it even more, but it's
Yeah.
just like super amazing. Oh, I love that story. That's so much fun.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty great. And I like it because it's kind of like you don't know where it's going. Like, you were
mhm.
craving wings. Okay. Like what could be serendipitous about this? And then it's like, boom, it's like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I love that too. Thanks, Emily, for sharing that with us, and sending us the recording. If you are listening and have a serendipitous story, please, we want to hear it. You can send it in a voice memo like that on either Instagram, or I don't know if you can via email, but you could try to email us. Or if you don't want to actually record yourself, you can write it out and send it to us via DM on Instagram or email. And it has been so long. Ashley, what is our email?
I think it's pod.serendipity@gmail.com.
That sounds right. Okay. And then our Instagram is serendipity.pod.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Don't get it twisted.
Right. Yes, but definitely reach out to us with your stories, and tune in next week. We're gonna have is it 2 weeks, Charlie?
Just, I don't know, next time.
Okay. Tune in next time because we are going to be having a full length episode. We're going to be talking about the magic of color and all the energy that is surrounding the idea of color. So, yep, definitely tune in. We had so much fun sharing this story. Again, share your serendipitous stories with us, and you might be featured on the podcast.
Bye.